Pastor's Office podcast, and we have a very special episode today. I'm here with Joy McDowell, a longtime friend, and you don't have to look at me like that. And we want to talk about, uh, what did we say? Being in the middle,
Being in the middle.
being in the middle.
Yeah.
What she said earlier, straddling the fence in and out, and her with her walk with God.
Yes.
With God. Okay. Okay. Well, I want you to first let me say welcome. Thank you for accepting my invite. I appreciate you for coming on the pastor's office. I do want to start off with just your journey on getting to know God or start going to church.
I always been in church, even when I was little. I was always in church, but still didn't know the meaning of who God was. And of course, I am from the country. I had like a lot of things going on when I was younger, but I was praying to God before I knew who God was.
Mm.
And then I went through a lot back home, and then I moved to Dallas when I was 13. And it was challenging then. I went from bad to worse, but it was different obstacles that I went through mentally and emotionally. But through every last thing that I went through, I still called on God, even when I didn't feel like it.
Well, okay, let's go back to what you said earlier. You said you was praying to God before you even knew God. So
Correct.
was that an example? And somebody in front of you
Yes.
was
So going to church was my grandmother. We was going to church and she was Baptist. And that's with the clapping hands, no musical, no instruments, nothing. It was
mm,
just elderly people in church. And it was me and my sister. And she said anytime, and she told me this, anytime that you want something or you're going through something or you want something to happen, pray to God.
well, I mean, that's good advice. So
Hmm.
even though you didn't know him,
Didn't know him.
you knew who to pray to,
Yes.
and she was a good example for you.
Yes.
So, what about then that kept you going back to God? Was it just that? When did you really pinpoint, okay, I know who God is?
I already knew who God was. Even after, matter of fact, when he answered my first prayer, when I was little,
What was that prayer?
all I want to do is see my mama.
Okay.
I wanted to see my mom. I have not seen my mom. I think I have not during that time. I think did not see my mom for 2 years. Didn't know where she was at. Didn't know that I was young. And I remember it being cold. And I'm like, God, all I just want to do is I don't know where my mom is at. I just want to know if she's safe. I want to know if she's okay. And probably 10 minutes later, she walked through the door.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was it that moment your relationship with God changed?
Of still being young, it didn't change, but it was just the point is I know who to call on now.
Okay.
That's basically what it was. I know who to call on now.
Okay.
Because nobody else could give me answers.
Right. And he has all the answers.
Yeah.
So that transition, so from you said Corsicana to Dallas, how old
Correct.
were you when you made that transition?
It was still a lot going on for me move from transitioning from Corsicana to Dallas and then from here. And it was just a lot. And I still have a lot of unanswered questions, but it's not to the point where I question it anymore because whatever it was meant for me to go through it. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be here today.
Okay. Do you think your journey, all that you went through, like you said, was meant for you to be closer to him, or do you think it was something that
It's
you
meant for me to call on him. It was my whole entire journey, even from the time that I was there until the time I left. It was meant for me to call on him.
Okay. So to this day you still call on him when things come.
Man, yeah, I'm out here in these streets. Yeah. I call on him every chance I get.
Okay. So you haven't lost knowing who God is and who Jesus is
I've
in your life.
never.
Okay. Okay. So what is something God has healed your heart from?
I've went through a lot, um, mentally, emotionally, and physically with people, family members, and things like that. It didn't break me.
It didn't break you.
Yeah, it didn't break me. And I ain't a victim.
Okay.
So I'm where I'm at, and they where they at.
Uh, so your transition.
Hmm.
Do you know the name of the church you was going to when you was in Corsicana?
We'll go Baptist Church.
We'll go. See, so you don't forget those names, you know. And that's where your granny was taking you until you say around 13.
Actually, I was there, let me see, so actually 9, cause she left. She went in a nursing home at 9,
When you was
when I was
9.
9. So I was basically in abandoned house, off and on, probably until about 11, 12, and then I had some teachers to step in. I had like a rough life.
Well, I mean, but you had people step in. You just said that. So from 9 to when she went into a nursing home
Mhm,
till the 13, when you was 13, before you made that transition to
mhm.
Dallas, you saying you was living in a home by yourself.
But yeah, I was just living there because I ain't, at that time I ain't know who my people was.
Okay.
Um, but they knew who I was. Nah. So
How did well, how
so
did you end up in Dallas?
so basically from my understanding, one of my teachers
Okay.
was a good friend with my father and say, "Hey, you need to come get your daughter."
Mm.
Because she's don't have nowhere to go. And at that time I was like already probably about 11 or 12 at that time.
But you was doing it though.
Yes, I was. That's what I said. Grace of God.
Grace of God.
That's why I got these hustling skills.
Man, you was an adult at 13.
Yes.
Okay. And how was that transition? I mean, was it
It sucks.
experiences that you
The
wish?
experience that I had because I had so much freedom and I was out here like really out here getting. I was getting my money. I was out here just out here. I actually survived.
Yeah, you'd be like, Lord, I need for you to help me. Lord, I need to keep.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
So when you start calling on the Lord,
When I got caught.
then that's when we really call on him.
I actually no. So basically, I got caught stealing. And the judge said, if I see you again, you going to juvenile and some other stuff. It was just a lot.
Mhm.
And then out of nowhere, my mom appeared, and I guess she heard that they had me, because they start calling numbers,
Mhm.
because of course I was underage and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So she finally came, and they released me to her. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, so I left it at that. She dropped me, so we went back to school. She went one way and I went the other. I didn't go inside the school. And I think after that, that's why I said, God, if you get me out this situation, I promise I won't steal anymore. That's what I said. I won't steal anymore. God, if you put me in a different position, I will not steal anymore. And then probably a couple of days later, that's when my dad came and got me.
Okay. So during that short period of time, you was there a moment that God kind of spoke to you and you realized that if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even where I am.
I guess
Was
because
it
I still didn't realize until I actually got here, and then matter of fact, all that come to moment didn't come until I was actually in my mid-20s.
so all through with middle school, high school, it was just like just going through the motions.
Yes. Then I moved out my parents' house probably when I was 16.
Mm.
I ain't been back since. And
And how was that journey? So I mean, I understand.
it was a lot.
Well, what you couldn't wait to move out at 16?
Nah, I was being disobedient. I was rebellious. Cause it was just it wasn't even rebellion. It was just more of all the stuff that I was going through mentally, emotionally. I gotta get away. Because, again, um, even up until now, some of the stuff I went through, I don't know what I went through. I don't know what the reason for. 'cause
Well,
it ain't like I asked to be here.
true. And then things that we go through, we all gonna go through things. I mean, that's
Yes.
it's gonna be suffering here, trials, tribulation here, but it's also recognizing that okay, who helped me through this?
I so there was my Baptist belief,
Mhm.
but then also that's when I came to Dallas, then that's when I believe my stepmom was a holiness. She's a holiness. So then that's a different doctrine.
Mhm.
So there was a lot going on. But even in the midst of all the stuff I had going on, she had some things that was, that her faith, was strong.
Okay.
So I seen a lot of that because she kept us in church. Time when I left home and I said, I'm gonna go back to church.
Mhm.
Went back to church, and at that time I was pregnant at that time with my first child. I was shunned out. They didn't want them to talk to me at all. None of the mothers wanted to have their daughters talk to me because I was pregnant.
So the church that you was going to
Right.
was shaming you because you was
Correct.
pregnant and you wasn't okay.
I wasn't married. And then on top of that, everybody had their own version of me.
Mhm.
But never nobody ain't really just talk to me and say why.
Yeah, and I think some churches, even back then, it's almost like they want you to keep up a certain image. And the thing is, we supposed to welcome even those that are either lost in their own or in their own way, and we supposed to show the love of God to them, regardless what their situation
Mhm.
is, regardless what they're going through.
It should be
Even
like that.
yeah, yeah, even if we deemed it to be sin or it can be sinful,
Mhm.
because we're not perfect in church. So why condemn them coming in or try to shy away from them when you're supposed to be loving and welcoming? Was there ever a church that welcomed you?
No,
Did you stop going to church?
I did.
I'm gonna say it like this: you should go to church to expect something different because it shouldn't
Right.
look like the world. It said
Right.
like we in this world, but not of this world.
Correct.
We should look a certain way, and uphold His image in
Mhm.
front of those that are either lost or need help or seeking the Lord for themselves. Now,
They
but
might.
I don't want people to think that when you go to church, church is a perfect place.
It's not.
It's not a perfect place.
It's not. But the thing is, when I was going to church, I was seeking a family. I was seeking stability. If I fall short mentally and emotionally, especially if I didn't have a partner at the time or whatever,
Mhm.
I have someone to fall back. But
Yeah, and
no.
you're right. The church supposed to be that.
Yeah.
But then again, there is the relationship with God. Because I tell people we are the church. So regardless what building you go to,
Hmm.
what is your relationship with God? And I understand on the spiritual side from people in the church, sisters, it's just that nurturing they help you build your spiritual confidence or your endurance with God.
Right.
And we need help. We are helpers one to another. So it's really sad that no one took you under their wing and helped you. It's like, okay, regardless you fall short, 'cause we all fall short of his glory, that I'm here with you. I'm supporting you because I'm
Mhm.
not perfect. They
Right.
not perfect. None of us are perfect.
Right.
And I understand back in the day. I keep saying back in the day, but it was kind of hard because they deemed certain things you couldn't do because the world did it.
Correct.
And it would probably wasn't sin, but then there are deemed things that you shouldn't do, and when it happens to you, then they'll try to shut you off,
Hmm.
which we shouldn't do because again, I said once before, if the church is not loving you and caring for you, where you gonna get it from? Because we supposed to be of His image, we supposed to represent Him and His love. Like,
I mean, it was like just numerous things because it was always like this is temporary. This
so,
is temporary. And then I think when I finally was able to work and be on my own,
mhm,
then I was okay. So when I removed myself from the environment, it ain't like I went to a better environment, but I'm back on my own set of rules. And it wasn't that my rules was I just wanted to be outside. No, it was just the point is I done had a hard life. Nobody ain't really showed me no love. Nobody ain't really just like show me.
nobody, Joy, nobody.
No, no, God, no. I ain't got that motherly love. I don't call on nobody. The thing is, people don't understand. I'm so self sufficient.
Yeah,
to the point where I don't look for nobody to be there because nobody was never there.
Yeah.
So the mother love I ain't never had. The father figure somewhat half,
Whatever.
yeah. And then after all that, no matter what, at the end of the day, I still can call on God and say, hey, say I got a lot going on, but he always put me in. I might do my own thing, but he still set up pieces to still put me on that path, regardless of what I do. And when I say I'll be out here, I'll be out here. Well, I was out there. And
Yeah,
I
we're
think
gonna say was.
I was out there. And then I started having my children and stuff. So it kind of slowed me down a whole lot.
Okay.
But I try not to make the with my children. Now I talk to them stupid. Now there I do, but I show them love that I didn't get.
Yeah.
I actually show them I'm there. Even now, my children are grown. I am there, but they know I'm cutthroat. But no matter what, I'm coming swinging with them. So even if they right or wrong, I'm fighting with them.
Absolutely, because like you said, what you didn't receive, you
Mm.
try to show them the love, especially the love of God to them, and letting them know, you give them tough love, probably more than they probably need, but
Yeah, pretty much. I do.
but you like you said, you always there.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, the Lord always put pieces in place to
Mhm.
put you in areas where you need to be.
Right.
The Bible tells us he knows the plans of our life, regardless of the direction we go, he knows it and he always sets us up
Hmm.
for better and to help us come back to him. So, I mean, the Lord's been with you throughout your whole journey. Has there been a pivotal moment that you said, wow, God, this is you and only you that could have done this to get me where I am today?
Man, so even okay, so and I'm gonna say this, and so I was living with a relative.
Hmm.
My plan was to be there at least about 2 or 3 years
Hmm.
to stack my bread. But I'm so used to being on my own. I can't do a lot of interaction. I do like to be alone.
Hmm.
And it's just, and I'm grateful for her just even getting the opportunity because if it weren't for her, I think I wouldn't even stepped out. But it was time for me to get out of that.
Hmm.
So when I left, I ended up moving into an apartment and I was miserable for those 3 weeks. Not even 3 weeks. The second week I said, oh God, this is not it. God, I'm gonna tell you now. I don't really got no furniture because I left everything. I really just left with my clothes and the little stuff that I had. And I said, God, I need a house. And if I don't get a house, I'm telling you now, I'm to go live in my car. I'm to live in my car. The little stuff I have, I'm to put in the storage. And the crazy part is I have not talked to no one about no house. I wasn't really looking for a house. I'm gonna go back north. And the crazy part, out of the blue, I had this guy call me the third week in my apartment
Hmm.
when I done spent all this money.
Yeah.
He said, I got 3 houses. And he showed me all 3 houses.
Hmm.
And I said, I just want the one with the garage. And he said, well, I need you to have all this. And I swear to God, like July I was in my apartment. August 1st, I was in the house.
Hmm.
I dropped out everything. I gutted out everything. I moved into an empty house. I was able to get my house. I've been in my house almost 2 years now. Um, Grateful.
Yeah.
And it was enough for God. And then the crazy part, even during the time, because within the 6 months I was in the house, I said, God, I'm gonna need a roommate. I'm gonna need a roommate because these bills is kicking me. It's kicking me. I didn't think I was gonna have to do all this. This is nothing like an apartment or a condo.
Right.
God said, don't worry about it. You don't need nobody. He blessed me. I had got 3 raises that year,
Oh,
within that
see,
year.
see.
And then so I make enough to cover my bills and play. So I was able
Just
to
enjoy life a little bit more than
just a little bit
you
more.
ain't working just to pay your bills.
Nah,
Yeah, I
I can't.
understand that.
I got tricking money. I got
Ah,
tricking
see, see.
money.
So then that brings up the question,
Yeah.
straddling the fence. What does that mean? What does that mean to you?
You
Tell
see
her.
why I'm dressed? I'm finna go find a sugar daddy now.
No, see, we ain't gonna talk about that. So what you mean is
Yeah.
what you mean is basically it's a decision you have to make, right?
What decision?
Well,
I'm be
you tell
outside.
me what does straddling the
So the
fence
straddle the
mean?
fence is because no matter what I do, just like people say, like if I'm really gonna go into all in church, I'm gonna be all in church.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be all in. That means um, I'm shutting everything down and nothing don't move unless God say so.
Okay.
Also, then there's me straddling the fence because of course I still use God, everything. But when I go outside, I'm outside and he still order my steps because he still protect me, even though I'm out here. I'm out here. I'm single. I can do that.
Well, but you know God for yourself, right?
I do.
You know, and you know about the comforter, right?
I do.
And you know when you say yes,
Hmm.
things can and will get better, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say it can amplify.
It amplifies.
I ain't ready for that.
You ain't ready for better?
Yeah, I'm ready for better, but not right now
Why wouldn't you want it now?
because I'm still out here in these streets.
Oh, okay.
I call on God every day. I
Okay.
don't have to just when I need him. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I still have a job. I'm grateful that I'm still have breath. I'm grateful that even at my age right now, I don't look my age.
Well,
I'm still in I ain't in the best of health, but I'm in good health.
yes.
So
Yes.
that being said, yeah. And I'm gonna continue to call on him. And
Absolutely.
when I leave here today, I'm calling on him.
Okay, okay. Well, let me ask you this. You were married,
Yes.
and how long were you married?
I'm gonna say together with the relationship and everything, marriage, 17.
17. Okay.
Yeah.
And no longer married.
No.
Okay. So how has your relationship with God changed since your divorce?
I prayed more while I was in marriage because of this is where and believe me, ladies, this say marriage is not for everybody. And I'm gonna say this. I'm old school. And when I say old school, I'm more like your grandparents, meaning no matter what your husband take you through, you stick by your husband. I prayed more because this was more of because we was one.
Hmm.
And of course, we're not going to like some of the decisions that was made or some of the things that we go through.
Hmm.
So instead of in the spur of a moment, I can't speak for every woman. I'm like, man, I don't have to take this.
Yeah.
I don't. But then at the same time, I'm like, okay, God, look, this is my marriage. I'm trying to save my marriage. We going through this, we going through that. If it's financial, if it was emotional, if it was mental, whatever it was, I put it in God's hand.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, it did. It still led to divorce, and which it was fine. Um,
But you prayed and you put your time in.
yes,
Because it don't
because
it even though you won, it does still take both of you to acknowledge that you won and try to pray and make it
correct.
work.
It still take both. It was meant for me to go through these things because I've been selfish for so long. I think
Mm.
my marriage was for me to really how do it feel to love somebody unconditionally? Because I did ask God for
Yes.
that. So that's why I carefully before I ask God for anything, I have to reevaluate and think about what I say.
Okay.
Because I did ask for God, I want that heart that you have. I want that unconditional love, that unforgiving love, the we gonna make it through love.
Hmm.
No, I don't want that.
You don't want it no more? I mean,
No,
you said it earlier, because you said when you in
yeah,
100%. If you out, you're
yes.
gonna be out 100%. You're not gonna wave the fence,
Right.
even though this episode is about it's about being in the middle, straddling the fence.
Mhm.
But you understand, because if you're gonna give your heart and you're gonna
Mhm.
do what God called you to do, even in the
Right.
marriage or whatever situation,
Mhm.
you all in. You ain't gonna play with it.
Right.
So, but that's who you are. You're a loving, caring person. That's just who you are. That's what your heart is.
Right.
Now, want to be out there and still enjoy life and straddle the fence, as you would say, and do certain things. I don't want people to think being saved, going to church is you're trapped, because there has to be a balance.
And it
That.
is. And when I say straddle fence also, I mean it's not so much of me being out in the just being out in the world. I'm not
Hmm.
to say that it's not that. The thing is, God give you patience. God give you things the where you turn the other cheek and say, God fight your battles.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't let go. I fight my own battles. I slap the fire out of you. I still fight.
Well, we don't fight against flesh and blood either, because spiritually, we I
And
know we can lay hands on flesh and blood. I know, I understand that.
I'm gonna lay holy hands.
Yeah, I totally understand that. But some of our battles and struggles that we go through is not always with someone or something in front of that you can move out the way or
No,
do
it
something
is.
with.
No, it's
It's a lot
spiritual
of
because it's spiritual because the spiritual part is attached to the person that's coming with the chaos.
so again, but
I'm
you
not fit to pray down, fit to go ahead and lay them hands
okay.
because when I lay them hands, don't listen. Once I lay them hands, I guarantee you fit to go pray about it and say, I'm gonna leave that girl alone.
Well, the thing is, the spirit gonna come back in another form. So
And I'm
so
gonna lay
then you're gonna
hands.
get tired of just laying hands back, or Lord, get rid of the spirit. So the spirit won't come back to me in a different form.
But see, the crazy part is
What is?
because when I touched that person with that spirit, I ain't have too many more spirits come to me.
But you didn't hurt the spirit.
No, but I heard the person that came with the
You're
spirit.
right.
That mean you
I
thought about
totally,
it.
I totally agree with you. You hurt the person, then they wake up and like, why you hit me? The
No, they
spirit
ain't just
gone to the
they
next person.
they didn't say that. They like, you know what?
I'm gonna leave that girl alone.
I'm gonna leave that girl alone.
But honestly and truly, because the thing is, we have to be spiritually in tune with God because,
We do.
yes, spirits do attack us to aggravate us, to upset us,
They
to
do.
be devious toward us,
And they
and
do.
then it allow us. Yes, we want to be physical. Yes, we want to have choice words to say to them to
And
let
I
them
do.
know.
That's where because I can say, you know what? I can give it to the Lord. But then if I walk away, it's something inside of me that's gonna mess with my spirit. Because that means you tried me. You played in my face.
Now, let me ask you: is that you, or is that the Holy Spirit? Because that's more you than the Holy Spirit.
No, that's the Holy Spirit.
Because I mean,
Mhm.
what's the fruits of the Spirit? Self control,
It works.
patience, kindness,
But
gentle.
them words go cut so deep. I'm gonna make sure it cut deep. I'm gonna take it to
So
hell.
okay, so the thing is, and I understand what you mean by being in the middle, because
Right.
sometimes it can be hard and difficult flesh wise to like allow the Lord to handle the situation the way He wants to handle, because we want to lay hands, we want to say a few words, we want to let them know, hey, you messed with the wrong person.
You sure is trying to dress up my words like no, 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 no.
Well,
This is
but well, I ain't
like it.
dressing up your
Yes, you
words.
is.
It's
You trying
just
to make it. No, you trying to make it
I'm
seem
just
real.
not saying it like you saying it. But we still have to understand that God is fighting our battles. Ain't He fighting your battle?
He stay fighting my battle.
Yes.
Because I'm not. I'm gonna tell you now. God has even though all the stuff that I do and I play a lot, I ain't in jail.
Yeah.
I ain't caught no case.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, he's still with me and he knows me.
Mm-hmm.
And he know that I will reach out and touch you with a stench. It don't matter.
Yes. You think He gonna deliver you from that?
He will if
When?
I ask.
Oh, so you ain't asked yet.
Nah. That's then I
So
then
you
I
like throwing hands.
it's not that I like throwing hands. Just leave me at. I'm more of a person. Just let me be. Leave
Leave
me
you
alone.
alone. Yeah.
Just leave me alone.
Yeah.
If I ain't bothering you, why you bothering me?
Yeah.
If I ain't questioning you, don't question me.
But you know that's the spirit, because He know He's gonna get you under your skin. That's the whole point of them getting under your skin.
And that's
You gonna have to
fine.
be like, Lord, you gonna have to handle this person, because I will if you don't step in right now.
Yeah, and some of them he do fight. When I step in rooms, I do make people uncomfortable. I do.
Because you confident.
Just with facial expressions.
It's like you walk around here like, oh, don't say nothing to me, don't bother me.
I want to keep that.
So you just fine being by yourself.
I am.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I got peace when I'm by myself.
Yeah.
If I want to go communicate, I can go communicate. But when I'm in my space, I'm in my space.
Yeah. Because you
Yeah,
working a lot.
I work a lot.
Your transition from Corsicana to
Mhm,
Dallas, you had some tough experiences that
mhm,
kind of like set you or create this structure around you, how you do things throughout your life,
mhm,
keeping people at a distance, not involving yourself in situations, still having fun, but still calling on the Lord.
mhm,
And like I said, you're trying to create a balance between life, yourself, and what you want to do, and
mhm,
of course, staying connected with God.
mhm. The difference is nothing that the stuff that used to bother me don't bother me so much. As a matter of fact, it don't bother me at all. And that mean I solely And I still and the crazy part is I do put things in God's hand. I put a lot of stuff in God's hands that I don't even think about because He's gonna fix it
He's
anyway.
gonna fix it. Okay. Well, I do appreciate you sharing the experience of, when you call on God, He answers. When you called on your mother, He showed up when you was younger. When you called on Him, it's like, Lord, I need to be in the house. I need to put me in a place where I can just be
Right.
to myself and not have to worry about the people's and
And sometimes He answered it took years.
yes, and it will take years. He'll
Because
answer you,
He
and
answered
it's His timing.
yeah, and it was His time. It took 10 years to now I'm at home more.
Have you, like you said, you was 100% in with your marriage. Was there ever a point where you said I was done, or even after the divorce, you was like, okay, Lord, are we able to reconcile? Are we able to get this?
So, I never wanted the divorce, but I filed the divorce. It was much needed. It's something that I wanted, no, um, but it was needed. I lost myself. I lost everything because I put everything into my husband and to my children. So after I got the divorce, I was like, I don't know what to do. But you know what, God, you got this. I ain't finna do no more crime. I don't regret my marriage because it made me who I am today. So this is the nicer version. So see, God is working on me. So
Okay, since you said it, what is God teaching you right now as at this moment, what you're going through? Whatever you're going through, what is God teaching you now?
sometimes I don't, you know what? Sometimes I can't say what I want to say on my mind.
Oh, so He's teaching you how to keep your
Keep my
mind.
mind, cause yeah, cause I
Yeah.
wanted some things that I did want to say last week. I couldn't. He really shut that down.
Okay, so what are you trusting God for in this season, or what have you asked God for in this season? Because I mean, it seems like when you ask God for something for real, you
Mhm.
get it. So what does faith means to you? What does faith mean to you today compared to 10 years ago?
Um, my faith is even stronger because even the simple things, even to the big things that I asked for from God,
Hmm.
He has delivered each and every time. Even if it was on time, if it was within a day, the next day, next week, or even 10 years later, He still delivered. I'm a walking testimony. So, and everything that I done asked for, even being in the streets, and I said, God, I just need me a productive job. I've been in my job for 16 years. So,
So He's answered prayers. He's proven Himself to you.
yeah,
He's proven that He's a keeper. He's a provider.
yeah.
He brings you joy. Peace in your home.
Hmm.
He's giving you everything that you asked for.
Hmm.
So when are you gonna give Him everything He asked from you?
They do. I ain't kill nobody.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no,
You're
no.
not supposed to walk me into
No,
that.
we ain't talking about something that you
Nope.
already know. Nope, we ain't.
Nope. You're not supposed to do that.
We ain't talking about something that
Mm-mm. I
you
already
know
know what
what
to say.
not to do.
No, you're not supposed to do
Let
that.
me ask the question.
God, I already know what you go ahead.
Let me ask the question.
Go ahead.
So, it when are you gonna just say if He's giving you all of what you asked Him?
Mm-hmm.
He's giving you all of Him.
Mm-hmm.
When are you gonna give Him all of you? Let me phrase it this way. I'm sure that question has crossed your mind. What was your thoughts when you had that question? Now, I ain't saying you made the decision yet, but I'm saying, what did you say to yourself?
I won't have to absolutely worry about nothing.
Okay, so you said earlier, I know God has everything
Yeah,
under
order.
control because everything you're saying what God will do
Mm-hmm.
is a plus. It's more than what you're doing yourself
Right.
because if He's has everything under control and has all power in His hand, why not just say, okay, yes, now,
It's control.
God, you won't control. Is
It's
that
not that I want control. I still have some say so because you got to understand from where I came from to where I'm at now. It's the
hmm
discipline that I have.
hmm but you'll still have a sense of control because it's just the surrendering to His will. Okay, God, whatever you have for me, my purpose or whatever the calling on my life, I'm gonna step in that role right now.
Mhm.
N- It's not to say that you will lose control over your decisions.
No, it's not. So that means I have to really, really work on what I do, what I say, how I move, and all
Okay, but you
because
said
it's
earlier, yes, you
yeah,
said earlier too. It's like you don't know when the Lord
yeah.
is gonna take me.
But see, I'm fine with the decision I got now. I'm gonna say that your pastor's wife. I admire her
Mhm.
because she smiles a lot.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that she don't say nothing, but everything that comes out her mouth that I've seen
Mhm.
has been so positive. And that I know she should have cussed out, but she didn't. That's the God in her. He's God's still working on it.
But you said it, man, that's the God in it, even though she wanted to. But see, the thing is, that's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. She got even if she got to that point, but that's what her and God have. Because God got that grace. Because I don't say that about a lot of people. I don't.
Mhm.
But just for the grace and to carry yourself that way. And even if she don't have facial expression, she might have it. She
Mhm.
might even have the little She might have it.
Mhm.
But on my face, you're gonna see every word that I say, and I don't even have to say it. So there's levels to this.
It is.
I
And I
didn't even
think
get to the
your
answer.
experiences and the thing that you went through has set you has put you in a position where I have to have this exterior about myself because I'm not gonna let you run over me. I'm
Correct.
not gonna let you talk to me crazy.
Correct.
You're gonna reap the repercussions of your actions from me.
And
You
she
gonna
came
you
my
gonna
face.
feel it. You gonna feel it from me.
Yeah.
So and I can understand our experiences because we are a product of our upbringing,
Mhm.
good, bad, or indifferent.
Mhm.
What how we was raised, what we have experienced, what we went through, what we encounter with other people, and even our relationship with God. We are a product of that, and we have to learn how to trust beyond understanding. Even though we don't understand what we're going through, even though we don't understand why people try to come against us, even though we find out that, people are being devious behind our back, we still have to trust God is handling everything.
I think I'm cut different because I just don't care.
Yeah. And I understand some stuff we just not gonna waste our energy on. I don't
Yes.
care. Yeah, I understand that.
Yes.
So the thing is just being a model of Christ because even though Jesus cared, Jesus also walked away from people and sometimes we gonna have to walk away from people even in positions, even in the position of the pastor's office. It's like, okay, you're not revealing what the Bible says a person should be, love of God, the grace of God, and the things that I feel that the Lord is. So it's okay to walk away. It's okay to sometimes say something. I usually say it's okay to say how you feel, but
Mhm.
it's how you say it. Now, granted, you might say it a way where it's like, okay,
Yeah.
it's gonna seriously
You gonna think about it, but on the way home,
several
maybe
times.
cry in the car.
Yeah, and somebody else might say it a different way and they might still feel the same way. So it ain't changing that you can't say something. It might change how you say it or what you say, but it's not saying you can't say anything. Because you can correct somebody if they're coming against you, lying on you. And then some people just, like you said, First Lady, walk away and still be nice and allow grace and mercy to come out sometime.
I
I
think
ain't gonna say
and I
sometime.
think this is where because I done been through so much, I done been lied on and all the above.
Mhm.
I probably done got talked about and still get talked about in a lot of households.
I'm gonna tell you a testimony of mine, where somebody lied on me
Uh-huh.
and said somebody I did something that I know I would have never done and
Uh-huh.
don't do
Mhm.
and never done. And I was so upset I could have exposed that person for everything they have done.
Mhm.
And I had receipts.
Mhm.
But my pastor did tell me because I was hot. And some people asked, why didn't you call them out or whatever? My pastor said, "Just don't say anything. Let God handle it." No, I'm just saying, but I didn't, but it ate me up because I hated that person. And the Lord had to get with me. It's like you don't want to have bitter in your heart towards somebody because that person could probably go on. But yeah, you try to destroy my character. But later on down the road, he revealed to me that people didn't even believe what was said about me. And
Mhm.
people came to me and said, I knew that wasn't you
Mhm.
because I know your personality. Other people even said that person exposed himself on how they are. But I kept my mouth shut. I let him fight the battles. And
Yeah.
I had to get deliverance from it for myself. Now, could I have said something? Yes.
Yeah.
Could I have opened up a can of worms of all their information? Yes, I could have. So
Mhm.
it is the Holy Spirit that kind of holds you or helps you keep your mouth shut. Like you said, the Lord
Mhm.
is helping you, blessing you, what you asking now, to
Yes.
keep your mouth shut. So I understand that. I'm
Mhm.
not saying don't be joy. I'm not saying don't be who you are and the fun and enjoying life.
Mhm.
But I am saying is you don't have to straddle the fence to do what you're doing. You can still be all in, but still enjoy life, still say what you want to say, still correct, still defend yourself, still uphold the word of God. And so, I mean, if somebody walked up to you
Mhm.
and asked you, uh, they want to know Jesus, what would you tell them?
Have you talked to him first?
From your experiences, what would you tell them?
Have you talked to him first?
They sees them in you. They see him on you. He says something about you. And then they ask me, who is Jesus to you? Or what can you tell me about Jesus? Because I want to get to know them. What would you tell them? If they see him on you and they recognize that you are a faith believer,
Mhm.
what would you tell them if they said, ask you about the Jesus you know?
He's really my everything. He is actually a provider if you really have to slow down
Mhm,
because I think even my younger days, I was really out there. I wasn't listening.
mhm,
So, but he will listen. That's basically what he is actually a parent. I'm gonna make this. He is actually a parent that's gonna actually listen. He's gonna listen to all the things that you say. He's gonna see the tears. He's gonna hear the cries. He's gonna hear the hurt. He's gonna hear the pain. He's gonna see the heart. He's gonna see all those things, and then he's gonna ration out what needs to be done. That's my experience
mhm,
with him. So all the tears, the pain, the hurt, and all the things that I've went through mentally, emotionally, and physically, he got me to this point.
mhm,
So he is the parent that can actually fight your battles in a lot of cases. He's the parent that will discipline you when you do get out of line. He is the parent that will he gonna say enough crying because you don't have to cry no more. Because
mm,
I don't know when the last time I cried.
mm.
So I don't cry. I'm not saying that I don't have pain,
Right.
grief.
Mhm,
I just don't have the tears for it.
mm.
So he took those away because I have nothing else to cry about.
Okay, good, good. So this is one of this is a prosperous season for you with him. This is a season of no more crying, enjoying life. This is a good season for you
It is.
because you've seen what God has done in your life. You've
Correct.
seen how He's pulled you out of situations. You've
Correct.
seen how He's been providing. He's loved on you. He showed you the joy of life, and
Mhm.
then he's been there every time you call and every time you answer.
Mhm.
And the thing is, you've decided to continue to trust him where you trust him at. And that's when you pray, God, I need your help. I need you in
Yeah,
this
even when
situation.
he made the decisions of I didn't like, I still trust him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because something we just it's for us, but it's just hard to go through, you know.
Some things ain't for us and we want it so bad.
And the things that ain't for us is we put ourselves in those situations
No,
because
these are the ones I want.
God is not gonna lead us wrong. He'll allow things to
No.
happen, but he's not gonna lead us wrong. And then some things we go through, it builds our character. It builds us up to
Yeah.
have more confidence in him, and be able to stand firm on his word and be able to fight some battles. Yeah, this is a life, Lord. I thank you for breath every day. So I want
Mhm.
to give it back to you the best way I can because,
Mhm.
like you said earlier, He could have took me that at any time. So every time I breathe, Lord, what can I do to glorify you? Because you allow me to see another day. You allow
Mhm.
me to be a witness for you. You allow
Mhm.
me to enjoy life. You allow me to spread your word or give encouraging words to somebody else. You allow me to live. So
Mhm.
what can I do to give it back to you? And that's how we should wake up every day.
Mhm.
And I understand, and we use the straddling the fence phrase loosely. It's just basically finding yourself in Him, your relationship with Him. Now, yes, you're submitting to something I am not totally all the way in. But a lot of people that's in the church house ain't totally all the way in. It's finding that total yes, that total surrender. Because a lot of people we out here say we doing the work of the Lord,
and they still playing.
and exactly.
And see, that's why I don't want to.
I totally understand that because you don't want people to see you like you see that person,
Correct.
you
And
know,
that's one of.
because you putting on an image of what the Bible tells us, a form of godliness. The
Yeah.
hearts are so far from it. You don't want to be just having the form of him, but he's not in your heart.
And see, and that's where I come in at. So, prime example. I'm gonna go back to the pastor's wife.
Mhm.
When I see her, I say, I don't know what she's going through, but she's always pleasant. She's always happy.
Mhm.
I know she's not gonna cuss me out. I know she's not gonna do none of that.
Mhm.
And I can see somebody that get under her skin.
Mhm.
She's still not gonna do that.
Mhm.
That's the type of person that I want to be. But when I'm on this side, yeah, no, you're not gonna see that. But that's the image that I want. That humbleness, that is not perfect, but at the same time,
Mm.
you like, man,
It's good that you have a representation of who you want to be in God, because a lot of young people they don't have that image in front of them. They don't have that mentor. They don't have that male or that female to see the work,
yeah.
and they see that what you're doing, and it's very attractive to them because it's spiritually humbling,
Mhm.
and where you trying to go, what you're trying to be in God. So it's good that you have that and you reference her in that area, because a lot of people don't have that in their first ladies. A lot of people don't have that in their pastors.
Go to it that much, but I mean, just knowing, just even knowing her overall, in the times that I done came across her. So even with that, and I was like, it's still it's a couple of people that I don't mind the image, but her, I done seen some incidents that I just, cause I people watch. That's all I do. I really people watch.
You're very observant what people
Very,
doing.
what?
Yeah.
That's why I don't have no friends. Yes, because they move like Texas weather. They cut. They cut
That
from a.
is a good example,
They cut
boy.
from a different cloth, and
Yes.
that ain't in my
That ain't it. You
that ain't
you
in my
real.
way.
I mean, Joy, you real, because you gonna lay it out on the line. This is
Yeah,
who I am.
that's it.
I'm not gonna play with it. I'm not gonna give
Mm-mm.
you no false image of who I am,
Mm-mm.
and this is who I'm gonna be. If you like it, we can get along. If
Mm-mm.
you don't like it, then move around.
Yeah,
And yes, some of us need to be that way.
do.
Some of us need to be like, okay, I'm gonna stand on 10 toes down. This is who I am. This is who I believe in. If you don't like it, move around. Because I'm not around here to play.
I'm not.
Life is short.
It
You
is.
realize that. You realize I'm trying to enjoy life and live according to God's word. I'm trying to just have a balance of what God is doing in my life and
Hmm.
be an example and being a witness of Him.
Yeah.
And if I can tell somebody my testimony of what the Lord has done for me, then allow me to do that, even
Mm.
in my ratchet ways.
Mm. I was ratchet. I was ratchet from being in the club to man, say,
And I don't want people to think that they're not going to fall short of His glory. And what I mean by that is we going to make mistakes. There's no perfect person in this world. You can be living for God and still do something wrong.
I have not told my story and all this other stuff because I really was out there. But just take it up with you and God.
Well, you're right.
Because at the end of the day, because even in the midst of all the stuff I had going, all I can say is I still called on God. Even when I was going to the club, I was still like, God, protect me as I go out here. Keep me protected.
Yeah. And
I'm
He
just,
kept you even through that.
I knew I could do to if I, God, you know what I'm doing. I just need to get here. I need to do this, do that to make it back to my kids. He protected me through all the stuff. That's why I can say everything that I have put my hands on touch, if it was intentionally, unintentionally, I still prayed and said, God, you know what I'm supposed to do, you know my heart, you know what I'm trying to do, you know what I'm trying to get. Just keep me covered.
Yeah.
And I was been in so many close calls, but the 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 one that made me step away.
Hmm.
So there was an incident that I knew, me and my friend, we already knew the setup, we knew everything. We was gonna go in the house and we'll come out. We parked like maybe a block away. We parked a block away and some said, wait, just wait. And I kept saying, we already got it. We got our backpacks. We only gonna take what we need. As soon as I physically ready to open the door, a van came. And when that van came, maybe about 6, maybe 7 jump out boys came out that van. And they ran up in their house and grabbed everybody. And before you know it, SWAT all in came. And they were pulling them out. But it was God at that moment. Cause we was already set. Son just said, wait a minute. I ain't never had nothing to say, wait a minute. Nothing ain't never told me, wait a minute. Nothing ain't told me to wait.
Yeah, you was ready to get it, but it's
I
like,
was ready to get it. And just with that split of second, them moments that I held, I hesitated, that van came. That crazy part is if I would have went in there during the time that they hit, not only that I would have been in there with everything that was in there, I would have been gone.
one or two ways, huh?
One or two ways.
Well, see, and you listened and you heard the voice of the Lord or your
Yeah, he said,
spirit.
yeah.
So that was that moment where you was like, okay, I'm done. I can't go this way. I
Yeah.
gotta.
And the crazy part is I had a whole lot of moments that I should have been done.
Yeah, but that one kind of like
That was
turned.
it, man. And I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do time. After that, I started looking for a job and I got hired at a prison.
And then you
And
kept,
then I
you've
started,
been working ever since.
and ever since then I started working. Yeah.
You
Ever
have a
since
real
then.
job.
Yeah,
But you, I mean, you have a true testimony that the Lord can keep you even when you even know God, but you just choose to do otherwise. And
right.
then there are pivotal moments, even He spoke to you at that moment to tell you, hold 1 second, wait 1 second.
Yeah.
Even though there was others you could have and you just bounced off and did it, but this time you
Mhm.
listened, you was like, mm,
He got some, I mean, God got something from me. He do.
He do.
Cause he,
But you know
I
what
mean,
He waiting on?
I ain't going there. But no, he, the crazy part is, like I said, cause even over the years, cause my hand was dealt crappy from the time I was brought on earth. I had to make it do what it do, even though that was I don't know if that was cause everything is planned. So I don't know if that was for me just to continue to call on him, to not stray away. Because of
Mm.
course, when you go through so much, you like nobody ain't listening. But even though no matter how far I was out there, God still with me and he still say, come on back. He say, wait a minute. Or he'll find a way where I say, God, look.
Yeah, to
Look.
wake you up. He's
Yeah,
like,
God,
okay.
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait. Okay. But he ain't never left. He never left me. He never. Now I might slow down on praying or something like that. And even the crazy part, even if I didn't pray, he was still there.
Yeah.
So regardless if I felt like praying or not, he just waiting on me just to cry out.
And that is your testimony, and that is what you'll tell somebody
Yeah.
if they ask who Jesus is. And you
Mhm.
you literally tell them who Jesus is to me, is how He delivered you time and time again,
Yeah.
how He's kept you time and time again, how He
Mhm.
provided for you time and time again, even in our own ways, even when we decide to do it in our own will, our own understanding, He's still there. Because there's not one person on this earth deserve His grace, His mercy. But you in your story, like you said, we all been dealt a hand, good, bad, or indifferent.
Mhm.
But like it's how we play that hand.
Mhm.
Are we gonna make it work for us? And some of us feel like what we had to do to survive.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I'm still there with you. You're doing what you have to do, what you know, all that you know, to survive.
Mhm.
But I'm only gonna allow you to get out there so far until it's time for you to pull you back in. I'm gonna wake you up one time. So there's been a couple times you've been woken, and again, it's having a balance. It's enjoying life, enjoying the Lord, and still having fun. But that we all have a testimony to
Mhm.
tell how God has kept us. God has continuously
Mhm.
keeps us out of trouble or keeps us to a point where, Lord, I know it's you. It's not
Right.
about the church and building, which I understand. We come to church to come together,
Yeah,
celebrate, give
because
God praise, but
yeah,
it's about your relationship because people in the church building are
is
still
lost.
lost.
Yeah,
So it's no different from people in the church lost where people out in the world lost. If your relationship with God is not a yes, then it doesn't matter where you are.
right.
You're still lost. So now, granted, we would love to see you at the church house because we love you. We love on you as the love of God, and we care for you. It's good to be around like-minded, say people. Like when you come to see First Lady,
Mhm.
it's just she's when you see what God is doing in her life,
Right.
and that's what you want Him to do in your life. So I mean, granted, hey, I believe I'm gonna be around when you say yes. Totally. But it's really good seeing you, Joy McDowell, and sharing your story with us, how God delivered you and kept you. But I truly believe that you have a testimony that you can share with others that's been through what you've been through or going through something similar.
Right.
Okay? I appreciate you. Thank you all for tuning in here at the pastor's office. Please like, share, and subscribe. You all be blessed.